Everyone, welcome back to episode 3 of LTV Lab. I'm super excited about the brand that we're going to be diving into today, which is Prose. So, without further ado, let's get into it and answer the question of will we be buying from Prose again? So, today, Kayla, our rockstar strategist on our team here at Dispatch, is going to be the one walking us through her personal customer journey with Prose. So she bought from the brand just over a month ago, and she's going to take us through what that customer journey looked like, what they did right, what they maybe could have improved on, and it should be fun. So let's get into it. So Kayla, let's start off with why you wanted to buy from Prose in the first place.
I wanted to buy from them just because they are customized skincare, hair care. I was more interested on the skincare part. I've never really had a skincare routine. I don't know what to do with it, but I want to know. And it really seemed like it's customized. I'm gonna fill out a little questionnaire. I don't have to go somewhere and have someone touch my skin and deal with all that. I can fill out my little questionnaire, and they're gonna tell me what I need to do, and then I can subscribe and keep going and have my little routine.
Okay, sweet. So before you found out about Prose, like what did your skincare routine look like?
I have like an over the counter clean and clear face wash. I wash my face in the shower. That's it. Nothing else.
Okay. And okay, so the number one thing that attracted you to them like was the personalization, 100%.
100%. Yeah.
Okay. And when was the first time you heard about the brand?
I had heard about them a while ago. I don't know exactly when, but they keep popping up on my socials and I keep looking at them, but hadn't committed before this.
Okay, so you found out about them through social media, probably ads.
Yes,
Cool.
definitely.
Okay, sweet. Cool. So the personalization hooked you, and when you decided to buy, you went through the shopping experience on their website. Let us know what that felt like to you.
Um, it was pretty cool. So the shopping experience, you kind of automatically have to like they automatically create account for you. You go through, you submit a whole questionnaire. It's very detailed. So they ask you all these questions about what you want, what you don't want. The only thing that was a bit of a bummer is they offer both hair care and skincare, and I would have been interested in hair care as well. But when you do the consultation, they make you pick one, and you can't actually ship hair care and skincare at the same time. So you have to lock yourself into one or the other, which was kind of a bummer.
You literally can't build a cart with both of them.
No, it won't ship both of them. You have to do it separately, and if you're paying shipping, you have to pay shipping for both.
That's really, really interesting. Okay. Any
Yeah.
idea why you think they do that?
I'm wondering if part of it is their fulfillment methods. So what's supposed to happen is after you do your little survey, they recommend what you should have. So they say for your skin, they even ask your location and they say for your location, and the normal like weather there and your concerns and everything else that you currently do and all your health history, they give you a whole recommendation of like, this is what you should do. And then the idea is that they go and personalize it in their lab. So I'm wondering if just fulfillment wise, they're not able to do both of those things at the same time or ship them out from the same place. I'm not entirely sure, but they need to figure it out because I think that's a big miss because you're missing a bunch of like cross selling if I can't ship it at the same time.
Yeah, 100%. The biggest thing that sticks out to me, and I don't know if this is sticking out to anyone else, but this is by far the longest like quiz I've ever seen on an
It's
e-commerce site.
really in depth.
I
Did you feel like it was too long? So like I understand, and it's probably like works for them and maybe to their advantage because like they're all about personalization. So like you're bought into the fact that like I'm getting 100% personalized product. Like I'll take the time to make it like completely custom to me. But did you feel like it was like too long at any point as you were going through it?
No, as I was going through it, I didn't feel like it was too long. They also keep having these like fun facts and like why we ask. So like there was some of them that I was like, why do you need to know this? And I actually clicked it and they like elaborated like why. Which was pretty interesting, but I didn't feel like it was too long. It really felt like if you've ever been to like anywhere that does like a consult, like a hair consultation for even like a haircut. It all just felt like those normal questions that you would get asked by anyone who's in person.
Okay, but this is really in depth and really cool. So I basically put in like a zip code and it's telling me based on that zip code
Yeah.
what like affects me in that
Yeah. There's
area, which is really
super,
cool.
some super cool things that they have here.
This is really like next level in terms of data they're collecting for personalization. I'm like
Yeah.
really excited to hear what the product
I'm
experience looks like
really,
and how, yeah.
I'm really disappointed to tell you they're doing zero with this personalization data. After they collected all of my data, they did nothing with it.
Huh.
Okay, well, we'll get into that, but that's shocking. Okay. Um, cool. So overall, really long quiz, but like it didn't bother you because you were into the customization aspect. Anything else about the site? I guess if you did want to order a hair product, like would you have to literally like go back to their homepage and then start the exact same process again?
Yep, you have to do another quiz relating to hair care. So you have to do a whole nother consultation. And you literally have to check out twice. You have to do two separate purchases. You
Yeah.
cannot do it at once. So that
Interesting.
is
You
really
have to check out twice because we have a client that has this type of issue where things are shipping from different fulfillment centers, but you are able to check out twice. But if you don't meet the free shipping threshold, like for each fulfillment center, it might charge you for shipping twice in the checkout, but you can definitely put them in the same cart. And it does kind of explain to you why that's happening in the cart.
Yeah, no, it doesn't allow you to add it to the cart. 'Cause I was interested in trying both and it
Yeah.
let me.
How do you rate that part of the customer journey, 0 through 10?
Um, I'd rate it a 7 just because I couldn't, no, maybe a 6 because I couldn't purchase both things. Um, and I couldn't like there wasn't even an option, I guess because you can't purchase both things, to like do the quiz once and select both and answer both at the same time. I'd have to go through and do the consult twice, which you saw how in-depth it is, would be very annoying to have to go do that twice because some of the questions are the same between the two of them. So having to like duplicate all of that was
Got
annoying.
it.
So I'd say about a 6 on that.
Cool.
I'm more just curious about like how much of that data they actually use to like create your product. Because at some point it has to be operationalized, right? So if you're spending 20 minutes doing the quiz, how much of that are they actually using to create your product? I don't know, but I would find very interesting.
I do wonder.
I don't know. I don't know what they did.
It seems like we're tiptoeing around the idea that like it's like all marketing and they just collect all of this data and
Yeah.
then send everyone the
What if
same
it is
product and it's
all
like
marketing?
placebo.
So,
Use it and they're not using it.
well, but like I come from a background in cosmetics. I can tell you, I'm sure a lot of it is marketing. Probably not all of it, but I would have to imagine some.
I don't think all of it because there is a section in your profile and here, let me share this. Maybe we're getting ahead of ourselves. Um so
When
what
did they send you this?
No, this is like your profile. They didn't send me it. So this
Oh,
is
okay.
when you like sign in and after you do the quiz, you get this little profile section. And
Hmm.
so you can like go through and look at your questions. These are my results. Like I can look at my skin profile. These are my ingredients, so I can look at the ingredients. But then there's like this review and refine section. So you can come back and like share feedback on your product to
Oh.
tweak the formula. So they're definitely using it in some format to change ingredients. What they're using to determine that, I don't know.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Okay, so you placed your order, you got your profile created. What happened between that point and the time that you got your package delivered?
Not much. I got an SMS to say my order was on its way. I placed it on April 11th. I did get an email to say it's on its way. It had a cute little GIF as well, saying "Get excited." I was all excited for this. Um, then I didn't get anything for 10 days.
You got nothing for 10 days.
For 10
Okay.
days. It hadn't even shipped. Like it didn't ship for 10 days.
It didn't, okay,
Interesting.
but I feel like it taking 10 days to ship is very reasonable, like
That's
given
Yeah.
they're like building it from scratch, allegedly. Um, so that's like fine, but it is weird that they, you know how like Domino's has like a pizza tracker
Yes, I
that lets
love
you
the
know.
pizza tracker.
That's
Everyone
I
loves the
wish
pizza
they
tracker.
I wish they would have had like they have this whole like customization and we're making it for you in the lab. Like why not have an email in between this to be like, "Oh, it's at our lab now," and like you could explain your lab process. You could I don't know, give me some more
Yeah,
information about my personalized ingredients. Like you have so much data on me. There's so much you could do between here, and they literally just left me in limbo, being like, when's it gonna ship? What happened to my order?
yeah, they almost leave you with like a little bit of like wonder on like how they actually come up with the formulas. Because like comparing to last week's episode on Open Farm where they claim like pasture raised beef, like you can scan the barcode on your package and see what farm they came from. Like you can really kind of see all the little details that they're telling you is kind of going into the product. Whereas here you're like,
So the thing is, I can find all that information. Like in your profile, it tells you all of that information, but I have to go digging for it. Why, like, I feel like there's so many missed opportunities of like they have all of this. They have so much information in that profile section, but I have to personally go look for it.
They never sent you anything telling you like to go to your profile to see
No,
everything.
nope. I literally got it's on you made an order and then it's on its way. I didn't even get a delivery confirmation and nothing in between. Um yeah, that was it.
Hey, no, definitely like having that tracker of like where your product is at in the personalization
Yeah.
process would be huge for you to just buy into the fact that like this is being done for
Yeah.
me.
I was actually expecting so much more because they're all about customization and personalization. And that's what I was buying into. I wanted that. And then I felt really let down that I didn't get that. I didn't
Got it.
get like I didn't get an email in between being like, this is what your skincare routine should be. They should be able to tell me that with the data they have. They gave me what it should be when I was at the end of the quiz to try and get me to buy the whole thing, but then I didn't get to see that again, right? Like these type of things of what I was kind of expecting and wanting from them, gone, not there.
100%. And each of those things that got you excited, I also feel like help justify the price. So like you may not believe this with my glowing skin, but I've literally never bought a moisturizer in my life. I'm just one of those guys that uses like 2-in-1 body and face wash. So I don't know if $90 is a lot for a moisturizer, but I assume it is, like compared to like what you get at a pharmacy or what you might have been using before. And I do feel
yeah,
like part of what like got you and others maybe to like justify that premium is like this is being deeply personalized. So like we
mhm.
often just talk about like minimizing like regret after someone buys. And I feel like this is kind of a like
Yeah.
prime example of not doing anything to like reinforce the value.
They also have a subscription, and all of like the welcome offers are for subscriptions. They want you to get in subscription first. So they want you to subscribe to the whole thing. And so the subscription would be $170 for the products they recommend for me. And for me, that seems a lot a month. But if they were giving me like regular personalized tips or skincare routine or getting me in like a skincare habit, which is really what I wanted, um, I could feel justified to pay it. But when I give all my information and then get literally nothing, I kind of feel like I don't want to give my money to you. Like I'll go find something else.
Yeah, like it's definitely a premium price point. Like 90 for the single moisturizer is like obviously a premium moisturizer, but even just thinking to like what they sell in Sephora, because I love to peruse, it's not, if you're shopping in Sephora for a moisturizer, it's actually not that outrageous compared to like Sephora versus it's obviously a huge gap between drugstore. So if you're already buying like $110 Tatcha moisturizer, like this isn't really that crazy far off to what you were paying. So the benefit that they could get people to convert from like their other premium moisturizer brands on the market to them is this customization because the price is pretty in line with any premium moisturizer.
And I would also say I absolutely loved this product. I
really?
really did love it. My face felt so smooth. Like I loved it. If they had just continued to give me personalization and like acknowledged me, I would have been a lifelong customer.
Okay, I was thinking that when you said they did nothing with this personalization, I thought you meant that like they did nothing to personalize the product. You feel
No,
like they
the
did personalize the product.
yes, I do.
Oh, how long did it actually take to get to you after you bought it?
I think it was like another 10 days after it's on its way email.
Like 20 days total.
It was a long time.
Okay. Did it feel like very long?
And because I
Yeah.
wasn't getting communication in between, I remember like keep going back into this track your order email to be like, did they forget about me? Like, what happened here? Because
Mm,
I didn't get any communication in between. Um, that it just felt like, oh, was I forgotten about? Did it get lost? I don't know what happened.
got it. Okay, cool.
Interesting.
So how would you rate the order to delivery phase on 10?
Like a three.
I think
It
that's
was
valid.
And I didn't see a your order was delivered email, which we
nope,
scrutinized in the past.
did not get that. The other thing on campaigns, so I did get a couple campaigns. So I got one campaign on the day that it shipped, which was this serum email, which was fine. The one thing though is like it was also a GIF, but all of men images, or
Oh
what appeared to
no.
me. And I'm like, you have all this personalization. Why are you showing me images of men?
I'm also kind of surprised they have that many. Like, I would imagine this is a more like female
Yeah.
dominated
A hundred,
product,
100%.
anyways.
And even this campaign, like, isn't GQ like a man's magazine?
Yeah, and all, like even the review is from like a
Yeah,
man.
like
I
this
feel
is
like this
very,
is
This must
yeah, go
have
ahead.
been a mistake.
yeah,
Yeah, they
Yeah,
must have
this
sent you the
feels
wrong
like a
email.
campaign that was like completely built for a men's segment, but maybe they just sent to everyone.
I
By
don't know.
accident? I hope it was an accident.
Maybe A/B testing, maybe trying to test the waters to see if there's a partner you would shop for. I don't know. That's
You're
interesting.
you're being too nice to them.
That's
No,
actually
it was,
not like a bad idea, but the problem is no, because like it says like
There's no
personalize your
messaging about
serum.
that.
Yeah, and it says like
yeah,
formulated just for you.
it's not for me. I'm not a man.
Yeah. Like,
Uh,
yeah, good try to save them there, but I don't think so.
and then the next email I got from them was like on April 30th, and it was this like email basically saying, "Hey, we want to opt out of Mother's Day emails. Click this button." So I didn't opt out, but like thought it was a nice like incentive because sometimes Mother's Day is like sensitive to some people. So I was expecting a whole bunch of Mother's Day emails because of this, and I got one, which is the next one. And that's it.
This is such a giftable product for
Yeah, I'm
moms.
shocked.
Yeah.
This is
I'm
such a good
shocked.
gifting product. I'm also
So
shocked because like what they're selling here
isn't the
looks
product.
like yeah, and I guess I can ask you like how confidently could you fill out that quiz for your mom if you wanted to?
No, I
Oh, you
couldn't.
couldn't?
No. I
Okay,
don't know
then
what her
that's
But
concerns
that's
are.
probably why they have the like give a gift card
yeah,
CTA rather
that's
than like,
valid.
yeah.
But I also wouldn't buy this extra stuff. Like the gift card is where it's at. Like, why am I purchasing a candle from you? I also
Yeah,
didn't
I
even,
completely agree.
I
yeah.
see what they've done. Like, you can't really do this whole elaborate quiz for someone else. I wonder how hard it would have been to like set up, and this is probably something for them to think about. Like, you could buy, a shampoo and a conditioner, and then as a gift, and pay for that, and send the quiz to the recipient, and then they can customize it. And then that way, that like your gift card covers the entire amount because you're actually just paid for the order rather than like giving them a set amount to spend. I
But
think that that would be,
you wouldn't know what products until,
I feel like
oh,
for something
yeah.
like this, and like we've tested this so much, just like really focusing and like leaning into one like theme or one product here
yeah.
Yeah.
would probably have benefited them more. I also just noticed like they do have like some customability, like personalization ability on these accessory products below, but like they only call out what you can personalize like in one of them. So like the hairbrush, it says like luxuriously handcrafted and personalized with bristle type and a complimentary monogram. But then for the candle and the hair towel wrap, like it doesn't tell you how you can personalize them. And the whole
Oh,
email's basically like gift personalized products.
Yeah, like that hairbrush would actually, now that I know that you can like personalize it to bristle type and monogram, like that would be
Mhm.
such a good gift to get a hairbrush with like with your name on it.
I
And
didn't
like
want.
I know my mom's hair type. I don't know how in depth they go for the hairbrush, but if there's only a couple different bristle types to choose from, I could probably guess pretty accurately on that. So that I feel like is a miss.
I also think their like heading for this module is a miss because I didn't realize that's what they were getting at with this section. I just thought it was like, oh, it's her turn to be spoiled by these products. I didn't realize they were also customizable. Like it's in like the smaller individual things. And I
It's
wish
really
they
just
made
in the
it,
body copy above here where it says like put that generic coffee mug down and give mom gifts with a personal touch.
but I wish they made it bigger in their heading. Like if that's what it's about, like
Mhm.
scream about it more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
and
I feel
definitely
like
like I feel like under like where the subheaders of like candle, hair towel wrap, and hairbrush, like just only speaking to like what's personalizable.
yeah.
it's almost like we kind of see this happen sometimes where when you're on the brand side, you know you eat, breathe, sleep the brand and you know all of these things into you.
Mhm.
Like it's obvious that you can personalize the hairbrush. It's obvious that you can personalize the candle, but you're not this email isn't reaching somebody who eats, breathes, sleeps the brand and who wouldn't necessarily know that that's that obvious for all of the products. So I can see how it got missed out on, but definitely they need to be screaming it from the rooftops.
I think that's a really good point. And like to Kayla's point about like why would I buy a hairbrush or candle from you? Like you would because like you as a
As yeah,
Prose customer, like you look at Prose as like personalized products now. So like that's the only reason why you would want to buy a hairbrush or a candle from Prose. And they're just thinking like we have great candles, but like that's not what your customers or subscribers like look to you for.
yeah.
Cool. Okay. Unboxing. So the product arrives, Kayla, your personalized product. The brand knows everything about you. They know your social security number. What does the unboxing experience look like?
Um, it was super cute. The label on the moisturizer, it had my name on it. It also said for like made for you in Wellington, because like that's where I am. And it had a QR code on it as well, which directed me to this page, which says like your health, like it's a personalized QR code page. So it had my name on it, and then it had like this is the product in your order. So this is my moisturizer. It gives me like the key active ingredients. Like I can learn about it's my fragrance, how to
This
use,
would have been so good to show you after you
Yeah.
ordered, like while they were
right?
making it, being like, our lab is working hard on putting the red algae
Yeah.
in your moisturizer.
There's so much good information and so much good stuff. Like this is all so cute, but like why didn't I get it beforehand? And you can look at the full ingredient list. You can look like that's my signature fragrance and based on everything that I picked. But yeah, they had like this basically was my label. It said my custom moisturizer for Kayla and it was really cute. It was really cute.
This is really, really strong. Like this is such a good landing page. How did they drive you there? Was it just QR code?
Yeah, it was a QR code.
Yeah, and like that seems like a big miss just because like the friction required for someone who like to your point like you haven't gotten much information like on the personalization experience yet to like take out their phone and like scan the QR code and like it's so like there's so much great information there, but I feel like it's just a miss by not like sending you a text like with a link to it to be like like trust us like you'll want to read this, you know? And
And you're
obviously an email.
missing order delivered.
Yeah, or even like
Yeah.
an email after the fact that I got it, or even on this page, like they're missing an upsell to subscription. They know I didn't subscribe. They know I didn't buy the other products. The other thing is it's like the instructions on how to use it are like after serum. I didn't buy a serum. So it's
Oh,
definitely
wow.
generic of like this is just what you do with a moisturizer, but I only got the moisturizer. So their product is normally like a wash, serum, and a moisturizer. And then there's some couple other things depending on your skin, but that's like their three main things. But I was like, oh, I don't have a serum. Is it okay if I just use it without the serum? So like I didn't know that. And like all it told me was just after serum, apply to face, neck, and chest in gentle upward strokes. Gently tap onto forehead, cheeks, and chin to reveal your natural glow. Doesn't give me any information about how often I should use this. Should I do it morning and night? Should I just use it morning? I did finally find on the bottom of the moisturizer, it had also these instructions. But again, bottom of it, why am I looking at the bottom? I don't know. But
Sorry, when you say bottom, do you mean like the underneath?
yeah, like underneath. There was like a
Oh,
sticker that said use it morning and night and like had these exact same instructions. And I was like, why is it
unacceptable.
Like
underneath?
a treasure hunt for you
Unacceptable.
to find it.
And I feel that about all of my experience with Prose is like all the information I wanted, I had to go find myself and I had to go dig for it and I had to go look for it when their whole thing is about customization and personalization and like I didn't get you coming to me to say this is how you use it. This is how many times you should use it. Getting me in a habit of skincare. Like none of that came from then to get me to actually consume their product.
That was the unboxing experience, Kayla. How'd you rate it on 10?
Unboxing itself was like a 9. It was good.
Got it. And how much of that came from like the QR code landing page?
A good chunk of it, but also like the labels and the box itself all were very personalized, so it gave me that good like, okay, like this is for me.
Yeah. Okay, sweet. Cool. Okay, now on to post purchase. So you got your package, it was personalized for you, you're in a great state of mind. What happened after that?
Nothing. They abandoned me
Is
completely.
No
that
post purchase.
No post purchase SMS, no post purchase email. The only one I would consider like I got a campaign, that Mother's Day campaign post purchase, but that's literally it.
You haven't gotten anything since May 9th?
Nothing. I haven't even got a campaign since May 9th.
so it's
It
May
almost
23rd. Your order was delivered when? Around May
April.
1st? It's been like around 3 to 4 weeks though, probably.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
But like based on Kayla seeing them all over her socials, it feels like they spent so much money trying to acquire her as a customer, and then once they got her money, they were like, "Okay, you're on your own."
And that's exactly how it feels. Like I still see them on my socials and my ads, and they're having like sales right now. They're having a Memorial Day sale.
I
I
know,
didn't get
we saw
any of
that
it.
on the site.
Yeah,
And you didn't
Was
get an
gonna
email
say,
about that?
I got nothing.
It's possible they're excluding recent purchasers from that, but like based on where you are in your customer journey today, like it'd be a perfect time maybe for you to like, are you at
So
a replenishment phase or no?
let me I was very curious with the rest of their products. So I went on my personal email and I went and bought the subscription because the subscription was $8 for the cleanser, the serum, and the moisturizer. So for $8, it was like a trial pack. So you got your
for
cleaner
subscription.
for subscription. So you subscribe. I canceled it after that, but based on all of this. But so I got so their like welcome offer to get you in for subscription was your cleaner, your serum, and your moisturizer in like sample sizes. So it's supposed to be good for 2 weeks, and that was $8, free shipping.
Got it. Okay.
So they have a
And yeah,
really good welcome offer on subscription.
Yeah. And so I did that, and I will say the post-purchase experience was exactly the same.
okay, so that
Hmm.
wasn't personalized at all. And
And they
interestingly,
still
like,
didn't message me to be like replenish when I'm need to replenish. And especially with how long it takes to make and ship it, like it's time to replenish.
yeah, I'm really surprised at the lack of flows that they obviously have set up. And then also if they are excluding past purchasers, like it's clearly too long at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so I know you touched on a few elements of this before, but like, what would you have liked to receive like in this post-purchase phase once you got your package?
Yeah. I really would have loved to receive more information of how to use it, when to use it, some habit building things, and then also cross-selling me because for this one specifically, because I only bought the moisturizer, cross-sell me to the other products and why do I need those other products in my skincare routine? I still don't know what a serum is or what it does or why you need it. They just said I should have it, but I don't understand what it is. So like all of that education on skincare and that kind of personalization element, they are lacking, and that's what I would have loved to have. They have so much data on me. Use it.
Yeah, I think that's like a great summary of it. I do think like so much of the value would probably be front loaded in like the time between when you place your order and then when you get it, to just have you like really primed to completely understand like how to use the product, why it's personalized for you, how it's personalized for you, etc. So that like you're ready to start using it when you have it. But then definitely afterwards, like that habit building aspect, and especially like to personalize that for you. And like you said, like maybe some people, based on like the 40 responses they have in that quiz, like need it once a day. Maybe some people need it 3 times a day. Maybe some people like need the serum. Maybe some people don't. Like, and even just a check-in, I think would be really nice to understand. Like,
Well,
how do we
also,
do?
there is a piece in it where you're supposed to go in after you use it to say, has your skincare needs changed?
You're supposed to
And
go in where?
your portal, your little subscription portal.
How do
So
you
you
know that?
because I saw it in there because I went looking for all the information because I need it. I
You
I
saw it
just
in the portal.
in the portal. Yeah, I could show
Did it
you.
say like, I just wonder like how they communicate that. Does it say in the portal, like check back in 15 days after you start using the product to
It's
like,
this: review and refine. Share feedback on your most recent order so we can tweak your next set of formulas. So then, so the idea is you're supposed to go back in and like change it. So like if all of a sudden, I don't know, I was complaining about acne and now it's gone, I'm supposed to go back in here and be like, "Hey, that's not a concern anymore," or my skin needs have changed because things should change over time, right? But they never encouraged me to come back here and review and refine. And maybe it didn't
yeah,
need to be
this,
changed, but they didn't send me back here. They have a refer a friend. They didn't talk about that. They didn't try and upsell me to subscription. There's just so many like misses here.
and I think like if you're watching this from Prose or from another brand, like I think there's a like easy like thought process to be had around like, well, like you're an email marketing agency and like this is like this doesn't may not help us this much, but like what I'm hearing from you right now, Kayla, and this is just a really typical experience around similar products in the CPG wellness space, is like all of these things benefit you as the customer.
Yeah.
Like everything you just mentioned is like would be great for you to know about. So like
Yeah.
it's not even like, it obviously is in the brand's best interest to drive more revenue from you immediately by giving you these things,
And
but
to be
it just
complete,
like
yeah, to be
yeah, go
completely
ahead.
transparent, the only reason I went into the portal as often and explored it was for this exercise. If I had just bought on my own and we weren't kind of evaluating things in this way, I would have never gone back in my portal without a text or email or something to let me know I'm supposed to go back in my portal. I would have, they would have abandoned me and I would have abandoned them because I would not have thought of them.
For sure. And like I can't remember the last time I like logged into my like account on a brand that I like. So like that's really the biggest miss probably, is that like they've gone to the trouble of like building out some of these really good experiences for customers, and they're just not communicating them at the right point, like in the customer journey.
Yeah.
All right, Kayla, what would you rate your post-purchase communication that you got from the brand, 0 to 10?
0 because I have nothing to rate them on. So they didn't send me anything, so they get a 0.
Okay. And based on what we just talked about, I think we know like what would have made it a 10.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. All right. So they didn't do a good job at communicating all of the great things that they do have as a brand that they could have communicated to you to get you to buy into the brand, the personalization, and use the product to the best of your ability. With all of that said, you still use the product. How was it?
I really loved the product. I even went on, I loved it so much. Like, I used the moisturizer and I was just like touching my face all day. It was like so soft. I loved it so much. And it like smells so good. It was like exactly everything I wanted. And I was so curious. I think I'd mentioned earlier, like, I actually went on my personal account and bought the whole subscription that they had, at least month one, the trial to see what it would feel like. And my skin, I loved it. I loved the whole thing. So the product itself was like 10 out of 10. Loved it.
Okay, that's amazing to hear. My two questions are number one, just start with one. Like, how personalized did it feel based on the answers you gave them in their quiz?
Um, I mean, I'm assuming very personalized. To me, it felt like they made a concoction in a bottle for me. Like that's what it felt like.
Okay, was there any like, I guess I'm just trying to get at like, was there any like specific info you gave them that you can think back to in using the product of just like, oh, they like definitely like noted this thing and used it?
Everything. So like they asked me what fragrances I like. So they use that to customize my fragrance. Even they said like, what are your skin's concerns? What does your skin feel like in the morning? What does it feel like in the afternoon? So they asked all these questions, and even when they were doing the moisturizer, it was like, well, we're going to give you the light cream because the heavy cream is going to be too much for your skin right now. And they said, based on your location, you're going to need something that has a little bit of SPF in it. Or so, like, all of those questions, it definitely felt like they were using it, whether they really are or not. It felt like they were using it to customize what ingredients were in it, and for like the skin concerns or issues or whatever I was pointing out.
Got it. Okay. And compared to the moisturizer that you used prior to this, like, do you think that this was so much better because of all of these personalization aspects of it, or because like maybe the ingredients in them were just like higher quality? Like, I'm just wondering why it like felt so much better than what you've used previously.
Probably, I would imagine probably to me it felt personalized. It felt made for me. So like internally in my head, there's probably some marketing there that just makes it feel better. And maybe the ingredients. I've never been one to really check ingredients. I'm like a drugstore over the counter person. So probably ingredients. I would imagine the ingredients were a lot better in this than my drugstore stuff.
Okay, so you're rating the product 10 on 10.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Great to hear. So next up, we have our overall retention rating. So given everything that we've talked about, all of the scores that we've gone through in our dispatch retention rubric, what do you rate the brand's overall retention marketing?
I'm gonna give them a 2.
A two. Okay.
It's really bad.
Okay. Interesting. Um,
Only giving them a 2 because if you did go into your portal, there is a lot of great things in there to get you to rebuy. But if you don't, you're missing so much.
Before I ask this last question of would you buy it from them again, I kind of just want to hear from you, Saf and Eleni, of just like how much this resonates with you in terms of like what you would look for in a product. Like based on Kayla's testimonial, does this sound like something that like you would pay $90 for?
I think that like today, I don't want to say like today, but it like today, like you go online and like everyone is like recommending you products or saying you need to buy this or saying you need to try that. And like maybe that's just influencer marketing doing its work. So I think that any like beauty potion product to get to say that you would buy the same product again is a really big like reinforcement to the brand and the product that it's really good because you're constantly like hearing and seeing that like you need to try this, you need to try this. This is better than what you're using because of that. So I would say that Kayla saying that the product is really, really good, like is 10x as important as anything else because like it's so easy to switch to a next one when you run out. But the customer journey and like life cycle of her experience like is just lacking, which is so disappointing considering the product is that good.
Got
Does
it.
that make sense?
Seth? Yeah, no, it does make sense. And honestly, like in my mind, when you say that, like you kind of have to have a 10 on 10 product experience in order to like get you to
Yeah,
take all of the action yourself to get yourself to rebuy without like any prompting from the brand.
yeah. Like personally, when I run out of like a shampoo or like anything, I'm not like, oh my gosh, I have to buy the same one again. Like usually I'm just like, oh, like, I wonder if this is good. Someone told me about this one. I'm not very loyal when it comes to brands or specific beauty products, and I don't know if I'm the minority or majority there. But it's such like in the beauty and beauty potion world, it's so, so easy to just switch when you need a replacement of something and just whatever's in front of you then. It's like so easy to just forget about what you've used before or whatever.
Cool. Saf?
Yeah. So I might not be the target audience for this product, mostly because one, I don't really believe in super high-end skincare products because if you look at a lot of the ingredients in some of the drugstore stuff, you can find things that are really similar. And also, I am so extremely, extremely loyal to the products that I use for my super, super, super sensitive skin. So it would literally take a miracle for me to switch to anything else. But I do agree with Eleni in that, like, every other TikTok I see is someone recommending me a new moisturizer, a new cleanser, a new serum. Like, it never, ever, ever ends. So I would consider this just because of Kayla's like testimonial for the product. But like I don't know that they would have convinced me to try it just based on like their site or their socials.
Got it. Okay, cool. Okay, Kayla, time to answer the final question of LTV Lab. Would you buy from Prose again?
No.
Wow. Color me shocked. I definitely thought you were going to say yes.
I
No,
thought you would
I
say
Why
yes.
not?
kind of did because I went and bought the trial subscription, but I canceled it because of the lack of everything else I got that I was really looking for from them.
But if the product was a 10 on 10 and you felt like it was made for you and your skin's been glowing,
Hmm.
I'm curious to know like what's your next move now in terms of skincare if you're not going to buy from them.
I'm probably just gonna go. So I never really use like all the things that they recommended. So I'm probably gonna go to the drugstore and just look at what they actually have. And since it recommended these things, and go find myself a moisturizer, I can see the ingredients they use. So I'm just gonna go find something similar that's in the drugstore.
Now, if like, is there a certain price point at which like you would start a, because you can start a subscription for like your custom formula, right?
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
assume. Is there a certain price point at which you would do that? Because I'm assuming the reason you like wouldn't today is because you just don't value like the 10 on 10 product at $90.
Yeah, so the full, I don't know what it is just for the moisturizer, but the full package of cleanser, serum, and moisturizer was $170 a month for the three products for full size.
Me, that sounds like a lot. I know my girlfriend says she spends a lot on that stuff. So
For me, that's a lot. So if I'm paying that much, I want all of that education and personalized other things to feel more personalized in my inbox as well, or in my SMS. Like I want more than just here's a product
I
for that.
think like, yeah, and what I think of when you talk about that is like this brand is in such a good position to be like your personalized beauty like concierge, you know? Like
That's and that's
they
exactly what I wanted from them.
Right. And like in just communicating with you and like even having like a human, I mean, you can automate the first message, but like having a customer service rep just reach out to you, be like, hey, like, how's it going? Like if you, and like, if you are loving the product, like try and get you to use another product and just like work with you to like keep customizing your formula to make it like the best it can be. And you knowing and feeling like there's a human there, even if it's not a human, like would probably go a super long way to just like you valuing the brand, the experience, and the product more at the end of the day
Yeah.
compared to like just a shipment in a box that comes that like because eventually like you're gonna forget about the 40 questions you answered, you know, like it will reach a point where like it's just another box arriving at your door. And that's where like life cycle marketing just makes such a big difference in like keeping up with your customers and like making sure they have what they need.
Yeah, for just a shipment in the box, which is really what I'm getting from them right now, like I would only value that at like $50 a month. Like I wouldn't pay more than $50 a month for that, personally.
Honestly,
Yeah.
very interesting.
That actually is what thought you were going to say too. That like that sounds like it makes sense based on the level of customer service you got.
Yeah.
Like a $90 price point is a prestige level price point. It has to come with all of the feelings you get when you purchase a prestige product, and this just doesn't.
And I think that like just going through the experience of like having this personalized product and to your point, Saf, of like it seems like they're just focused on acquisition and not retention. Like I do assume their cost of goods sold is a lot higher than brands who don't do this type of personalization because it's literally like getting made personally for one customer.
Yeah.
Like it's like all of that value in a customer's mind, and I think in your mind, Kayla, like is very like front loaded when like you fill out that quiz and like they create your formula for like the first time. But then like the next month when like that box gets there, like you're no longer like thinking of the fact that like this is completely custom to you because it was like that's old news already.
Yeah, so basically after post purchase, I want something else custom to me. So I want a routine custom to me. I want something else like I got my product customized. That's just going to return recur month over month. What else are you going to do for me? Where's my little beauty expert?
Yeah. No, that's definitely valid. And then my last question is just like, how do you remember your like feeling about the product? So you said it's a 10 on 10 product, but do you remember like how you felt about it, like the first day, first 2 days that you used it compared to like now or when the bottle was finished?
Yeah, when I first used it, I was so excited. I was like, I literally was touching my face like all the time. And I was like, oh my God, it's so soft. I love this. I was just like, yeah, like over the moon, like excited for this product. And now that it's finished, I'm kind of like, I can do without it.
Yeah. And I think that's just a like good like I think it's just a really good call out to the fact that like if they had reached you at an earlier time when you were still like very invested in the personalized product,
Mhm.
it could have definitely driven up that
And
LTV.
I would say like I was invested for probably the first 2 weeks of using it. Like that's how like
Pretty
good
good.
the feeling went. Like it was a really good product, but then after that, honestly, I kind of got out of the routine of using it all the time because
Mhm.
I didn't have that and I didn't really have a routine before. So but for like the first 2 weeks, I was using it like regularly, and then I kind of like fell off. So now it's like, do I really need this for 100 something dollars a month? Probably not.
Got it. All right. Well, there we have it, folks. That wraps up the deep dive into the customer journey of Prose. I hope everyone enjoyed this episode of LTV Lab. So we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.